Today, we're making Iberico pork collar. My favorite cut of meat, it is between the top of the neck and the shoulder, which makes it a really hard-working muscle, giving it more flavors. It has an incredible amount of intramuscular fat. If you saw it for the first time, you might even mistaken it for a piece of Wagyu. Once the fat renders out, the cut becomes extremely juicy. Because the collar is normally a braising joint, this is way cheaper than the famous cuts from the Pata Negra, the presa, the pluma. But when it's cooked perfectly, it's even tastier. Because this is Iberico pork, the first time I cooked it, I thought I had to cook it pink, which resulted in chewy meat and uncooked fat, not appetizing at all. What I realized after cooking it multiple times is that what you want to achieve is for the outside to be perfectly browned and for the fat to be fully rendered. This is not something you need to cook pink. To help us tenderize the meat and help with the browning, we're gonna use some homemade Shio Koji, which we made in an earlier video. We simply treat this as salt. So what you want to do is you want to cover this generously on both sides. You basically want the congee rice to form a thin layer. Then this goes into the fridge, ideally overnight, but a couple of hours would do wonders for the pork. I'll see you then. After a couple of hours, as you can see, the meat has firmed up slightly and the salt in the Shio Koji has drawn out some of the liquid from the Iberico pork. Now, we're ready to cook. Very simple. We brush off the Shio Koji. Now, you do your best, dry the surface as much as possible, and we season with just black pepper. Remember I said, the Shio Koji makes it easier for the pork to burn. We're going to cook it at medium heat for a much longer period, so that we slowly brown the outside without burning it and giving enough time for the fat to fully render out. And the collars go in. Now, once you can hear some tiny bubbles, cook it 10 minutes on each side. For very even cooking, I like to put a piece of foil on top and something heavy, like a cast iron pan. It will not squeeze out the juices. What it does, it's to ensure it maximizes the surface area that is in contact with the pan. It helps with the browning, the Maillard reaction, what makes meat taste meaty. 10 minutes on each side, I'll see you then. Alright, after 20 minutes, we have our Iberico collars. I mean, this is for me, Char-Siu on steroids. Without the honey, without the extra sugar, without the artificial coloring. We're letting the pork talk directly to you and your palate. Now, let's carve. Beautifully cooked. The texture you can already feel. It's so soft, yet you have the crunchy part, the slightly burnt bits because of the Shio Koji. Resting your meat only makes sense when you're cooking something like medium rare because you want the carryover cooking. The inside's not hot enough. You want them to have time to equalize, or you want the muscle fibers to relax. With something that you're cooking well done, the only consideration is whether your fingers could handle the heat. In this case, barely. Beautiful. Chef's piece. And that is just wonderful. For me, this needs no sauce. It's already so flavorsome and juicy and fatty. It's definitely a rice dish, like a Char-Siu rice, you know? This is Iberico collar marinated with Shio Koji. I really hope you enjoy.